This video was released fourth quarter of 2025. So keep that in mind about the things that I'm talking about. You know, we're not that far away from maybe having Robbie the robot or Rosie the robot living in our house. If we listen to Mr. Musk, Elon Musk, he's saying it may be fourth quarter 2025 that will be possible. Others say it will be longer. But anyway, this deserves a good talk about. Hello anyone, I'm Scott Bain. They call me the Old Farmer. Mrs. Old Farmer and I are getting up to that age, I'm 75, where we don't know how long we'll be able to live by ourselves without a little bit of help. Now, about a century and a half ago, what you could do is get in live-in help. But these days, that's almost impossible to find someone to be able to do that. Now in Japan, as a country, they're farther along with people old age than what we are in the United States. They're having trouble taking care of their elderly citizens. And they're using more computers and more AI and more robots to take care of individuals. Now, if we listen to Elon Musk, he seems to think that he can get his robots out for about $8,000 a piece. And if they do pretty much what he says, not necessarily right now, but when they're ready for release, if they can pretty much take care of helping the senior citizens, $8,000 is a cheap price tag for having a live-in help that will take care of cooking and cleaning the house and all the things that a maid would have done before automation came along or before the technology age came across. In other words, the late 1900s, or rather I should say the late 1800s, into maybe up to the point of a depression of 1930s. So what we can look forward to, and the question is when will it be ready? Mr. Musk is maybe a little bit optimistic on what will happen when, but that's okay. He's trying to get the job done. And there's a couple other robot companies that are out there doing things. Excuse me, for some reason my tongue is extra dry today. So, for $8,000, that would take care of having to go and live in one of the senior citizens communities, unless that's what you wish to do. Most people like to stay in their homes rather than go and live in a senior citizen scenario. Part of it is because there are so many other people around and the help isn't that good and the food isn't that good. It's kind of putting people in the barn, as it were, and it's quite depressing to see that happen. Whereas if you have a senior citizens center somewhere in your community and you have robots taking care of what's needed, and if there's a problem that they can't deal with, and the people can't answer it, then they can call for help. That doesn't mean necessarily emergency vehicles coming out, but it may be a way of saying, okay, let's communicate back to the center of the house, or the factory, or wherever you want the call center is, to say, hey, what should I do in this situation? But it would be nice to have someone take care of cooking and dishes and maintaining the house, keeping it clean, and the laundry and all that. And it's closer than what it ever has been before. Now, I mentioned Robbie the robot, who is probably most people are familiar with him from Lost in Space. But really, Robbie the robot was a small individual, about 5'3", that climbed inside the unit, closed it up, and he ran the robot from inside. And there were power cords coming in that you couldn't see, that powered the electronics that made it look like it was a real robot. But basically, it was just bells and whistles and things that are powered by a power cable and by someone inside. It isn't like Disney, where they have the automatrons that do things. We need something that has more capabilities than that. So it might be that there is a good-sized brain inside the robot that by Wi-Fi connects to a base station that has even more memory, more capabilities, and can hold more information that can be relayed to the robot as needed. For example, if it's mowing the lawn, it doesn't need to know at that point how to do the dishes, so it may unload that particular thing and put in what's necessary for mowing the lawn or doing the laundry, uploading and downloading the different tasks and how to do them. We're getting close to that. We're getting mighty close to it. And if it can be done in a safe and stable manner, then instead of having Social Security pay a lot of money for having people in a senior home, they could, for probably half the cost from Social Security's point of view, the cost of putting someone in it. Usually it works out, depending on which Social Security package you have. It may be that you pay half and Social Security pays half. So if it's $30,000 a year and they pay half, that's almost a quarter of the full cost to get a robot in to take care of it at $8,000, close to it. And the people would be happier if they can do the job, the robots. Maybe someone has to come in once a week to check to make sure everything is okay. That's not a bad idea. That's a heck of a lot cheaper than putting them in homes that they don't want to be in. It is probably easier to get robots into the home to do the things that are necessary than it is to have automated automobiles. It's the same concept, but a mistake in the home is not necessarily as serious in most instances than trying to drive down the road with all the things you have to keep in mind as a robot. So who knows? Maybe in a little while, I would say maybe in a couple of years, we may start seeing that we have robots taking care of the senior citizens in their home. What do you think? I really would like to hear what you have to say. And please, even if you don't have something to say, leave a comment, put an emoji in or an asterisk or something to keep YouTube from taking away your view. I would greatly appreciate it. And when I hear from you, I learn a lot myself, because there are things that I haven't thought of that you bring up that are quite impressive. So I know we have smart people watching this video. If you could share some of that knowledge with the rest of us, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, and please be safe. We'd sure appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a comment. You know how YouTube behaves. They won't believe you watched a video unless you leave a comment. Also, it would help if you ring the bell and do a thumbs up. As you know, if I find a good channel, I pass it on to you. So if you think it's appropriate, it would sure help if you passed us on to your closest 10,000 friends and family. But above all, give a helping hand to someone today. It's the best gift to give. It'll make you feel good too.
Don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, or ring the bell buttons on the Original Old Farmer channel. We enjoy reading the comments that you leave, and they do help the channel, so keep them coming. And once again, thank you for watching The Original Old Farmer.
The VFW National Home for Children, providing families of veterans and active duty military opportunities for growth and development in a nurturing community. Please consider a donation to help their children and families. I.C. Rhodes speaking.